Hello, it's me, Neni line. This video today is set over some footage of me playing Portal. That's because I originally wanted this to be sort of a vlog, but the webcam I've been using, which incidentally is my brother's, happens to be broken and I didn't know that. So yeah, Portal footage it is. I'm really sorry for the suckiness of my playstyle. I just really thought, what could I be playing over this? Portal. I like that game. Anyway, as you probably saw, just a few days ago, I uploaded my first video in months, like literal months, and I kind of thought you guys deserved that I explained a little bit more about what was going on rather than just like posting this one video and continuing like nothing ever happened. So here I am. And I'm really glad that I finally put out that Ampera video because I honestly, I don't feel like I have any excuse that it has taken that long. So I'm not trying to excuse anything. What I'm trying to do is explain because there are some things about how I operate that you guys, especially the ones of you who support me on Patreon, for which I'm incredibly thankful. Anyway, there's a few things about me that I believe you guys deserve to know. Mostly because they influence the fact that I've been so incredibly unreliable with my video output. And I will try to explain what I am trying to do in order to get my time management into under better control, because that's something I've always been terrible at, and I really want to get better at it because I want to live a productive life, and I want to be a producer, I want to be a creator, I want to make things, and I can't keep going like this, just always winging it and running with my emotions, which hasn't been doing me the best so far. So, okay, let's start explaining. First of all, the last time I put up a video obviously was at the end of last summer. There have been like two seasons between us, 2 seasons of the year, which is a long time. And what I was doing during this time is at the end of summer, when I was actually trying to edit together the videos that I had taken of me and my friends in Japan, just like during our travels, because I took a lot of footage of that, and I was actually originally I was going to edit it all together and release like a video so you guys can follow the journey, but in the end I don't know, I got perfectionistic with it. I didn't like how it looked. I realized that the way I had led my camera while taking all of this footage was really nauseating. I felt really unhappy with it. I didn't want to post it because there's some stuff I should probably have posted anyway in retrospect, but I just felt like nobody can get anything out of this. I didn't take long enough shots. It's not gonna actually tell people anything like this. So I went back and forth between editing the videos, blah and blah, and eventually I kind of sort of gave up on it. And around that time, I was actually looking for a job because I just finished like my bachelor and I wanted to find a job. I wanted to, be able to support myself so I can kind of have control over my own life. This is like the whole topic of this thing, control. Incidentally, that's also the topic of the Ampera Arcana, so I guess it was kind of fate that this fell together. Anyway, I wanted to take matters in my own hand, and I started I've been searching a job for a long time, actually, ever since I was 16, but I was never quite as serious about it because I was always like, yeah, but it can actually, if I don't find anything, it can still wait. Yeah, it can still wait. But now I was like, no, this can't wait. I have to have a job. So, I signed up for everything. I signed up at the job market service. I did, all sorts of measures. I sent my resume and everything to every firm imaginable, just trying to find a place that would take me, a place that would need me, and I didn't really get anything out of it. I didn't I got almost no callbacks, almost no interviews. It was kind of frustrating, and I didn't know what I was doing. I ended up living off Social Security money. Well, they're still my parents, but I don't want to be entirely I don't want to rely only on them, especially because it's not like they are swimming in money either, and like they have 4 children. It's not just me they have to worry about. So, I was there with my Social Security money. I figured out some important stuff to me, and this was, by the time I was like, had wrapped my head around the idea that it was not going to work out just as easily as I thought it would. It was already a Christmas, and at that time I was like, okay, I need to do something else. So I went back into the job market service and was like, look, this isn't working. I've been searching. Nobody needs me. I need some help with this. So I got sent to these kind of job courses that I had to take, and at the same time I was also still taking this tour guide course because I'm training to become a certified tour guide. That's an actual job here in Austria, an important job that you need a certification for. And it's not a job that I think I can hold myself above water, but I still did it because I was like, yeah, it's something that I can do in the summers and in the winters when there's people who want to know things. And I love sharing knowledge. As you can tell from this channel, I love sharing knowledge. I love explaining things to people. I love showing them the context and the connections. So I've been taking this course, and in the meantime, while I was taking this, I also had to take some job courses. This ended up eating up a lot of my time, and at the same time, I was also still trying to at least earn some money, and I was doing, actually, ever since, October last year, I was doing transcription work, freelancers transcription work, and I wasn't exactly paid well for this. It was like $7 for a really big document that I had to transcribe, but I did it because it was money, you know. And anyway, while this was all going on, I was really wanted to have something else on the channel, but I didn't feel up for sitting down and reading into all of my sources, because I use a lot of books for my Tarot Arcana videos, and I didn't feel I had a solid grasp on what the Emperor Arcana actually does. And I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to wing it. I want this to, if I do this, I want it to make sense, and I want it to be a good video that everybody can understand. So while I was doing this, I decided, I've been watching Lost Storage Incited Rick Cross, which is an anime based on a card game that I played and I like to play. So I actually started making a video on Lost Storage Infected Rick Cross on the first 3 episodes, but somehow this kind of stretched out, and by the time that I was somewhere close to actually finishing the video, the series was done. And I was like, there's no point in releasing this video now. And the video was pretty far into production, but I was like, I can't upload this now. It's totally outdated. It's nothing, anybody can win anything off again. And you see a pattern with me here. So I scrapped that video too, and my channel again was left without any new content. Okay. As you can see, and that's where we get to today, because I've been doing these courses. I've been studying and training and all this stuff and trying to get a job. And I guess you can already see what the issue with me is here, that I try to do things perfect, but I do too many things at once, and I don't actually have a good grasp of what I can do when and how much time it needs me to do a certain thing. And I kind of get jumbled up, and I get embarrassed of the stuff I've been doing, and I scrap it, and nothing ends up getting done. And this has been a running thing with me ever since I was a little girl, actually, that I just kind of start doing things but have a really hard time finishing them just because they don't turn out as perfect as I want them to be. And that's pretty much the gist of what it is with me. For example, I've been actually working on a lot of projects, but none of them have gotten anywhere near to anything resembling a solid stream of updates, like the projects I've been working on actively in this past year, and now I'm talking just about stories that I've been writing, like stories. I've been writing on Unending, but I put it on hold because I realized that some things that I did weren't working, and I was really unhappy with that, and I decided to rework the stuff I'd already written at a later point, but then I put it on hold. Then in November, for National Novel Writing Month, I started writing a novel called Shadow Brother, which I got pretty far with. I'm actually pretty far along with, but then after National Novel Writing Month was over, I kind of took a break with writing it, and now it's stuck somewhere past the half point, actually. I could totally finish it, but somehow I ended up putting it on hold again. Again, another thing I put on hold, and here I don't actually know why I put it on hold, except maybe that that there were other ideas I also wanted to do. Then there's at least like 3 game ideas, three scripts for game ideas, one of which I'm actually trying to get to production with friends of mine, so I can't talk too much about it. That would be spoiler for something that could possibly exist. But I started writing, planning out scripts for 3 separate games. But all of them I was like, can I do this? No, but maybe I can do this. No, can I do this? And then around Christmas I got this old idea that came back to me. I had this idea of writing a children's book about a Christmas angel. This is an idea I had back in 2008 or something. And that idea came back to me, and I was like, yeah, let's try this again. It's a children's book. That can't take too long. I just have to illustrate and write. And again, I realized now, but that's not quite what I want not yet, and I don't feel ready yet, and blah, and blah, and blah. And again, just start a little bit and then put back on hold. That's pretty much how it always goes with me. And those are just the projects I'm actually still working on and still invested on. There are also projects that I've done in the past that I've actually put on hold. I started writing a novel called I, not the Japanese word for love, but the literal letter I, that I had 2 chapters written before I was like, no, I can't do this quite yet. It's too complex. It takes too long. The structure isn't clear enough. I don't get the rising action. The climax is too fine. It doesn't build quickly enough. I have to rework this, and I put I on hold. Then I had a script for a visual novel called Angel Kiss, which I had planned, all the character arcs planned out and everything, but I never actually started writing because I was like, no, I should do this after I've done something else, so have some experience. Back on hold. A script for, not a script, but I actually had a whole 2 wholesale different scenario planned out for games that are called Mugen Zone, that I also put in the drawer and just didn't forget about, but just was maybe another time. Then there's the Gaia games, which are fictional games that exist in my Unending web novel, which I also want to make real at some time, and I did a lot of planning for those, also in my drawer. And then the other day, as the crown jewel of it all, the other day I looked at some really old drawings of mine, of my very first OC, which belonged to a novel anime comic thing I tried to do very, very long ago, 12 years ago. And I looked at it and I was like, actually this wasn't too bad a concept. Maybe I could revive it. And then at that point I realized, oh my god, how many stories are these that I'm trying to write all at once? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At that point, I realized, okay, I need to stop. I need to pick something and just pull it through, and then I do the next thing. But I can't work on 500 things at once and never actually get anything to a point that anybody can actually see it. And yeah, that's the running issue with me. I'm the kind of person who tries to do everything at once, but finishes nothing at all. Jack of all trades, master of none. Aside from all of my original stuff, I've been doing on and off an Ask blog called Ask Persona, I've been doing these videos, I've been trying to do vlogs, I've been live streaming Persona 5, even though not too many people have been watching, but just because I was like, why not? People can watch and I can translate, but I totally underestimated how long it would actually take to translate simultaneously while playing, so I've been kind of really exhausting myself doing this very complicated translation while playing and haven't gotten too far with the game until now, so again, I underestimated the time it would take and overestimated how my own, not dedication, but my own power. I've been doing my analysis on my blog, meta-analysis on my blog whenever I had time. I've been working again on my Ace Attorney fanfiction Complete Turnabout, but I've only put out 2 new chapters since summer, even though it's better than the last hiatus I had, which lasted 2 years or longer. So as you can see, there's also a lot of games that I still want to play. Like the new Zelda just came out. I need to finish Persona 5. I have the PSP Madoka game, which I still want to play. I have so many things that I would like to share. Oh yeah, Tales of Graces I still haven't played. And how old is that game? I don't even know. I haven't played Hyrule Warriors yet. And yeah, that's a Wii U game. Yes. Yeah, that's how it goes with me. Yeah. And that's why I kind of realized I need to set priorities. I can't do everything at once. I haven't even listed all the things I've been trying to do in this past year. This is just the things that I can name right now. I've forgotten to name some of the other things actually, and I've already been cutting back on hobbies that I used to have because I wanted to be more productive. I've stopped going to conventions, I've stopped cosplaying, which I used to do prior to 2010. I cosplayed a lot. I've stopped role playing. Well, I still do it occasionally, but on Tumblr, I've totally stopped doing it because, it has had a very toxic atmosphere there, and I don't want to bother with this anymore. But even in forums, I'm doing it not as much as I used to. And I'm not saying that I don't have any time for myself. I do. I totally do. But yeah, it's at this point that I realize I need to set priorities with what I want to do and what I should just line up in the back. And I think what I'm going to be focusing on in the next weeks is firstly, find a job. Secondly, do some videos for you guys, mostly Lost in Context, but I'll try to put out other videos. No, I need to focus. Mostly Lost in Context, but when I really want to do another video, I will do another video. But I will not try to do it in a rhythmic sense that you can predict me. I will do it as I can do it. I will not try to build a pattern. So this way, I'm not holding myself back, and I will try to do it swiftly and without paying too much attention to putting out the next big Spielberg movie or whatever. I will just try to provide good content for you guys. At the same time, I will also be writing the script for that one game that I'm actually trying to get made. And I will write on my novel Shadow Brother. And that's my big priorities aside from looking for a job. And as for job looking, I will actually not fill out any resumes or will not send my resume to any other places, but for now I will focus on the course that I'm currently doing. And if everything goes well, that course will teach me how to program C++. And that's a very good thing because that will help me at once with making that one game I've mentioned before that I'm trying to get made, because then I can help the program actually get some things done. And secondly, it will help me find a job, which is important to me. So, yeah, basically that's what I will be focusing on. Just making videos and writing those 2 things, and those will be my big priorities, and I will try to not get distracted with anything else, as tempting as it seems, and as much as I feel like I owe the world to release everything that I have in mind right away, because I always feel like I have this weird obsession with the thought that people are getting bored of me very easily, and I always have to do something. I'm a very restless person. I always feel like if people are not talking to me, they are bored of me or they don't like me, and I always feel like I have to do something, and always have to do something new. I don't even know what it feels like to be absolutely calm. I'm just always on edge. So, and I also have this problem with like always talking too fast or talking too loud. So, yeah, that's something I will be focusing on, just being calmer, finding my priorities, learning to voice my thought, and not just voice, but order my thoughts in an orderly manner so people can understand them and I can get them out compactly and swiftly and without all this unnecessary clutter that I've been experiencing over the years. And that's pretty much what I'll be going for now. And I think what's very important to note here is that with this long hiatus I've been taking from doing videos, my Patreon pretty much has it set there, and people have been, I don't know, pledging to me for nothing, and I feel extremely bad about this because I know some people have retracted their pledges, and that's totally their right, and yeah, they are absolutely in the right. I feel I don't know. Yes, I do feel regret, but I don't feel anything negative towards that, except for disappointment in my own self. So I've actually been considering whether I should switch to a per video, like pledge per video system. So if this ever happens again, that you guys don't end up like having pledges charged for a month where I did absolutely nothing. And originally I didn't want to have this pledge per video system because I was actually scared of posting too many pledged posts and you guys would have to pay too much. But then I realized this is pretty much backfiring. It's doing the opposite of what I thought it would be doing. So I'm actually considering switching to that model, and I would really love to hear you guys' opinions in the comments on whether I should do that or not, because my options right now is stick to the monthly pledges and just try to get my issue with actually constantly outputting actual content rather than just ideas under control, or like switching to the pledge per video system that a lot of other creators are using, and I notice might work actually better. So yeah, so please give me your opinions on that. Also, I would like to hear your opinions on what I'm prioritizing, if there's anything you find a shame in that, or generally anything that you think could be good feedback for how I've been doing things and how I could do them better would be very helpful. I generally love communicating with people. I want to communicate with you guys. So honestly, any comments that you can leave me, if you want to communicate with me, just do it. I would love to respond. Anyway, yeah, that's it for me for now. I'll hopefully see you guys soon. I'll try to make a new video quickly, swiftly. And until then, that's it. Yeah, bye!